Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, back with another video. Today we are taking a look at my new PB, which is 23 minutes and 8 seconds in-game time. I believe 23:26 real time. Anyway, I'm doing a post commentary because I was not recording my voice during this and only had game sound / music, and I was like, might as well put in some effort on this run actually. This is actually the 4th time I'm recording this as well, because all my programs just don't like me, which is very concerning when I need to record runs. But this time it should work because I'm using Audacity to record this audio, which I literally downloaded just for this. But anyway, let's talk about what you're watching. So this is, like I said, my new PB. This is currently going to be 11th place when it gets, or at the time of recording this, it's 11th place when I am recording this, like I just said. So this is a no village run, at least at the start. I saw the lava pool at the beginning and was like, hey, let's do it. I usually like doing that. For people who aren't as familiar with my streams and stuff, I usually like doing no village runs for a couple different reasons. There's obviously a lot of pros and cons, but my thought process is it never hurts to get a nether. You get a lava pool at the start. It's like if you're able to find a cave with some iron, it's a guaranteed nether. You might as well check it out. So usually my thought process. I had a really good cave here, which made this process really fast. I was able to get all the iron I needed basically right away, which is really, really cool. Break the crafting table, hop back up here. And yeah, I'm going to smelt my iron up top. Some people do it in caves. I prefer to do it on the surface because once I get it started smelting on the surface, I can just kind of get the first for flint and steel that I need, and then come back for, whatever else. I usually just, prefer doing it on the surface too, especially when I don't have coal because I have to get the wood and blah, blah, blah. So just easier this way. I'm going to head over here for a second, try and look for animals / flint, and I see an abandoned savannah village in the distance. And I'm like, wow, that's good for beds. I should have went there, but I don't decide to. I also see in the distance in the water a ruined portal with a gold block, and I was like, is that worth it? And decided that it wasn't. But this savannah village will come back later. My thought process was I'm not going to go there right now. If I actually get out of the nether and I need beds, I feel like I'm not going to get them. I can just go there, get some beds, safe out there, easy peasy. So I just went and grabbed some gravel, and now I'm coming back for some more iron so I can craft my bucket, my pickaxe, and also hopefully get the freaking whatever that I need. The flint. That's the thing. With the flint, yes. So I go for that now. It wasn't too bad. I believe I actually get it here. Yeah, I do. Not bad. Cool. Take my crafting table, grab some floating water, because that's just what you do. And I actually decided to make the portal before going for food, because I'm like, I'm right here. Why not? Why not? So I like to always kind of think about if there's a theme in my PB runs. I think it's just kind of a fun thing to kind of separate them. The theme in this run, I think, is anxiety. Whether it's relieving anxiety or gaining anxiety, there's a lot of anxiety in this run. Much more than a normal speedrun, at least for me personally. And we'll see why, and we'll talk about why, but there's no anxiety yet. Right now, it's just a pretty clean overworld, Like I said, I'm not doing the village stuff, but I have the comfort of knowing absolute worst case I can get beds. But right now I'm just going to kill some pigs before the chaos ensues. This pig did not want to die, but that's okay. So I'm going to hop in the nether here at 4:10ish. I believe this split officially is 4:13, which is pretty good. 4-minute nether entry is kind of what I like to shoot for in no village runs. Any more time than that, anything above 5 minutes, it's not really worth it. So I put in my cords. I'm looking for where to go. This is a really crucial part in the run, actually. So as you'll see, I want to originally go this way or mine this gold, but I see this hoglin, and I'm realizing I really can't mine this gold because the hoglin's right behind me. So I have to run away, and that hoglin's the MVP because I would have never gone this way ever without that hoglin being there. No chance. I would have just gone straight ahead. But instead he pushes me this way. And I think about going that way to the left with the piglin, but I'm like, no thanks. Thought about it, was like, I have no gold to trade. There's no point in going there anyway. Even though it was a pretty open path, I might as well just keep going the way I'm going, you know? So I'm just running. Not really expecting anything. Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure it's like a dead run. I'm like, well, there's no fortress. GG. Probably just went the wrong way. This is what's going through my head at this moment. And then I hop up here, and I'm like, wait, is that the... And it is. It's the fortress. I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? Nice 2 gold ingots, too. Very nice. So this is working out much better than I expected. Give myself a little boost with that gravel. And I'm like, whoa, more gold. And a chest plate. Not bad. So I'm pretty happy at this moment. Pretty sure Evie is, too. I think about going down there for some more gold. I'm like, no thanks. I want to just try and find the spawner. So that's my goal at the moment. Try and find the blaze spawner. Fun fact, behind that tree that I'm looking at is actually the other blaze spawner. But I didn't know that at the time. I only noticed that on the way back running. But that's okay, because I mined some gold over here. That was very crucial. That I wouldn't have seen if I didn't go this way. So it all works out in the end. But here I am, at the other blaze spawner. And this does not go great, I'll be honest. I have one blaze that hot air balloons. I'm like, well, you suck. I got 2 friends over here. Kill you. Kill you. 0 for 2. I'm like, wow, sick. And this guy had air balloons again. So I'm like, all right, well, you suck. I get 1 blaze rod. I'm 1 for 3. And he goes into the stratosphere over there. I am 1 for 4. And now I have a floating blaze that I have to deal with. Lovely. Luckily, those spawn rates are really good. 2 for 5. And 2 for 6 at the moment. Not great, but hopefully it can get better. Well, I know if it does or not. You have to wait and see. I'm trying to kill this guy without, like, dying, and he's just not cooperating. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I hit this guy too far, and I'm like, well, maybe I can kill him with a crit. So I go for a crit, and I miss the crit like a bozo. And I'm like, well, this sucks. So now I have 2 space blazes. And I'm like, well, I have no blocks. I can't really block them off. I can't craft anything. I just kind of have to deal with this at the moment. So 2 for 7 at the moment. Really cool on the blaze rod lock here. Having a good time. Trying to distract these fools, and I'm like, oh, now I finally have time to mine some nether brick, and nope, I don't. I actually have no time, because the blazes just keep spawning. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. 2 for 7, 2 for 8, 2 for 9, or 3 for 9, excuse me. Not bad. I've actually watched this so many times, like I said, this is the 4th time I'm watching. I think that 7th blaze actually drops a blaze rod, but it goes in the fire, but I'm too lazy to check and slow it down, and whatever. But maybe he does. Anyway, I'm 4 for 10 at the moment. So, not too great, not too bad. 2 more spawn. This zombie pigman, low-key MVP. I might have died here if he didn't go in the way, because I had literally all of them shooting at once. I know I wasn't going to die here, but I think that zombie pigman actually helped out. And I'm at 6. I'm at 6 for 12. I'm like, all right, I'll leave a 6. I don't want to deal with those clowns anymore. Probably find another one along the way. No big deal. And my thought process right now is, well, I need gold. So I'm looking for gold. Don't really see any. I see some gold up there by that lava. I'm like, hey, that looks like a pretty hefty vein. Might as well go over there with my, like, 4 building blocks. So I cruise on over. Mine this gold. Wasn't as big of a vein as I thought, but still, not bad. Definitely not going to complain. Get, like, 40 nuggets from this. Not bad. 40-piece nugget vein. Thank you, thank you. So I'm heading out of here. I see this Enderman. I'm like, why not? You never know. Maybe I get 2 8 trades. Maybe I get a 4 and a 5. And 1 more would be really big. So, just a precautionary Ender Pearl. Ended up not mattering, but not bad. You know, no regrets on that. Always a smart thing to do. Especially on more beginner runs. So I'm heading back. I hear piglin steps, and then I hear a snort. I'm like, And I mine this block. I see them. I'm like, whoa, there's 2. So I hand them some gold. Break some blocks. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this right now. Let's see if I can get any. I'm hoping for like 1 here. 1 would be pretty nice. Head back knowing I only need 1 more trade. So do some gold. They've done 4 trades. I haven't gotten anything yet. They've done 6 trades. I haven't gotten anything yet. I'm like, well, nothing new here. This is pretty expected. Drink the fire res. Then I get an 8 pearl drop, and I'm like, whoa, 2 gold left. Let's see what I get. And I get another pearl drop, and I'm like, okay, time to leave. And in the moment, I am losing my mind. When I say losing my mind, I mean, I was like, what? This was by far the best pearl luck I've ever had in a run. There was one other run that's only comparable, and I got 2 pearl trades in only 6 gold, but it was only 9 pearls. This was 12 pearls and 10 gold, and I will take that anytime over the other thing. So I am just mad dashing back to my portal. At the moment, I'm thinking world record pace. Well, I'm actually having 2 thoughts. Half of my brain is like, go for world record, you have a chance. The other half of my brain is like, you're so ahead of your PB, you should just go to the village regardless of what direction the stronghold is and play it safe for beds. Because if anyone's familiar with my previous video, I had a world record seed that died to a lot of different reasons. But one of them was because they didn't have enough beds. Look, it's still daytime out. I was like, oh my god, I'm speedy. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll make 12. And I make a really big mistake here. I throw an eye. I shouldn't have. I should have waited because I knew I was going to go to the village. So I throw an eye, and I don't want to throw another one. So I'm just going off that now. So that's great. And I'm like, screw it. Even though this is the complete opposite direction, I am heading to this village. You can't stop me. I've decided. I'm committing. And we'll learn very fast that this was a mistake. But I don't regret it. I think the way that I've kind of described this to myself or kind of reasoned it is this was the safe play. It wasn't the smart play, but it was the safe play. And it didn't backfire. You know, I got a PB out of it. This wasn't the only thing stopping this from being like a sub 20 or a world record possible run. Nothing like that. So did it obviously, you know, hinder the time? Yeah, probably by about 2 minutes, I'd say. But like I said, no regrets. No regrets. Just something that I think I realized that I probably can't do this anymore. If I'm like really gonna go for world record runs, which I really think I am at this point. Like 23 is, you know, that's a really good time. So I think it's just now it's really just world record stuff. Because I was really happy with 20 like sub 25, but like it was so barely sub 25. Now that I got another sub 25, I'm like, okay, now it's world record time. But I'm just shearing sheep, grabbing some beds, doing some quantum physics in my head right now because I'm trying to figure out, okay, so I'm shearing wool, so that's one factor. I'm grabbing beds, that's another factor. And I have string in my inventory. So I have a lot of different things going on to make beds. And I realistically want 8. So how am I going to get 8 beds? I have 4 in my inventory. I shear these sheep. I have 7 wool. The string makes 9. So I'm like, you know what? I need a little bit more. This guy I shear, and he drops 3, which was clutch. Because that allowed me to just do that with my string. I have 12 wool. That's 4 more beds. 4 plus 4 is 8. And that's my 8 beds. Ready to go. So you can see I am at about the 13-minute mark. Just hit it. So you can see that I probably wasted about... I mean, you'll see in a second. I end up passing another village. So I'm not going to say the entire thing was a time waste. Because I would have obviously had to grab beds at the other village. But this was definitely out of the way. I'd say about 2 minutes total. Because now I have to go back to kind of the first direction I was going. Also, count the Enderman. That is the second Enderman. There was one in the Savannah village that I've seen in the Overworld so far. Just in case I needed more pearls, which I don't. The other thing I haven't mentioned. Well, first let me talk about... right now what I'm doing is I am trying to get back to around the same angle as where I threw the first pearl instead of just kind of trying to guess more. I wanted to play this safe, like I said. And I'm like, yeah, this is close enough. So I start going this way. And that's pretty close, so I was cool with that. And then I just kind of follow the angle. But like I said earlier, I don't like leaving with 12 blaze rods. I was hoping to find one more in the fortress. And the reason for that is I know a lot of speedrunners end up leaving with 6. You know, like Nice Twice, Benix, etc., etc. I don't like that because you can always find more pearls later in the run. Like you've seen, I've passed 2 Endermen. There's the village on the right, by the way, that I could have gone to. Much more in the correct direction that I need to go rather than the Savannah village. And plus there's a ton of sheep on the way. I honestly didn't really even need a village. But, you know, played it safe, whatever. But the reason I don't like doing that is, you know, you can find ender pearls in the stronghold. You can find ender pearls by killing other endermen. You can get pearls in the Nether a lot, not easier, but in a lot of different places rather than just the fortress. So when you leave the fortress with 6, you are leaving with 6. That's it. That's all you got. And it's sketchy. It is sketchy. Because, like, I have 12 right now. If one breaks, I have to get a 1-eye. I can't just find a pearl in the fortress. I have to get a 1-eye. So that's always really scary for me. I'm about to hit 15-minute lag with this crafting table. And I'm like, yep, put my food in, screw up the crafting, but whatever. And back in my boat. So one of the things that I'm really proud of in this run is the terrain that I had to travel for the Stronghold was atrocious. You can see it's just mountain, birch forest. We get into a swamp in a little bit. Just absolutely pathetic garbage overworld. Really bad. And there's the fourth Enderman and the 5th Enderman that I've seen in the overworld. Insane. But what was I saying? I was saying something that was important. Oh, my overworld travel. Yes. So I used my boat a lot, and I was really, really happy with that. I feel like I handled the terrain really well for what was given to me. I always tried to find spots where I could boat. I tried to avoid the mountains as much as possible. I didn't really ever have to travel vertically. So I was really, really happy with how I played this. I feel like I played it really well. And something I know a lot of people always ask, what are some tips for new speedrunners? Do you have any tips? I think a big tip that I don't think I mentioned enough is always use a boat. Boats are probably one of the most useful items in speedruns. And I've kind of grown on them a lot more. I was very firmly in the team hay bale camp when I started doing my runs. Like, most people either use a boat or a hay bale to traverse in the Nether with fall damage and stuff. A boat is just so much better. It's guaranteed. It has so many purposes in the overworld too. Like if you're crossing a river and it's more than like 5 blocks, use a boat. Try and get angles in rivers so you can be in a boat longer because it's faster than running. Boats are super important. Like you see, like there's not that much space here. I could have just gone on the land. Nope, boat. Boat away. It's always worth it. Always worth it. So you can see here, I threw one more pearl because you can't see my quartz, unfortunately, because of my face cam. Or my hand cam, I guess. But I'm about 1,400 blocks out right now. The Stronghold is actually quite far. One of the things that I do really like about non-village runs, which is just the term for not having a village at the start, like pre-Nether, I really like that the Stronghold is usually closer than in village runs because, strongholds are generated around your spawn point, and the lava pool is normally at your spawn point, rather than the lava pool being 300, 400 blocks away. And I break an eye there, by the way, which is important because, I can't make any more. So now the run, it has to be a 1-eye, which isn't too bad because, a 1-eye is more likely than 0. But, so lava pools strongholds are more closer to your spawn point and more likely closer to be where you leave the Nether than in village runs. But this run was not that great. It was definitely above average in like a bad way. Here I am triangulating. Stronghold is about 1,700 blocks out, which is like pretty far for a non-village run. So I'm trying to triangulate here, and my second eye breaks, and now I'm getting nervous because now 1 eye I was like, all right, that's fine, but 2 eyes. The theme of this was anxiety. My anxiety is very high in this moment. So I'm digging down at 1840, which is really, really good. And my PB I dig down at like 22. So I'm super ahead of that. And I missed this dig really bad. I hear skeleton rattles, and I just start digging for it because I'm at like Y35 right now. So I'm just digging. And I'm like, oh my god, where is it? I'm thinking I missed it. What is happening? I see a mine shaft. I'm like, what the hell? And I see another Enderman, the 6th. And I see the Stronghold. I'm like, thank god I didn't miss it. Well, I missed it, but I found it. Ender pearl in this chest. That's 1. Keep count. I had so many chances to get ender pearls in this run, and of course it's the run where I leave with 6 blaze rods, which I never do. There's another pearl, so that's 2. And this is all just dead ends. All this is just complete garbage. This Stronghold sucked in so many different ways. I feel like I traversed it pretty well, to be honest. Like, I think I did anything too egregious. I think I covered my tracks pretty well. Just, you know, unlucky. The Stronghold gem was garbage. Just a lot of caves. Like, what is this? What am I looking at? A lot of caves in a mineshaft too. A lot of people hate ravine strongholds. Is like the worst stronghold. To me, the worst is mineshaft because it's just absolute garbage to travel through, and it's much more annoying than just one ravine. Like, here's a ravine right here. I have a ravine plus mineshaft plus cave. It's just awful. And a lava pool, because why not? So I'm just going through all this. There's nothing at all. 20-minute lag on the store. Can't really do anything about that, so I had to just stand there. And I'm just going through this. It's around this point when I punch this zombie where I'm like, it's probably not this way. I should probably go back to my spawn point. Or my, like, enter point and try and find a different direction. Because I cleared about 50%. I check all these doors just to, like, you know, double, triple check. You know, I don't want to miss it if I went all this way out here. But it's not. It's not here. Check this door, too. Just a skeleton. I'm like, no, thank you. Goodbye. And I'm dipping. I'm like, no, thanks. Hop back over here. Here's the lava pool again. I want no part of it. And I'm like, all right, let's head back. And I see all these mobs blocking the one way I have to go. I'm like, great. Awesome. Dope. Thank you. So, spider down, and now zombie down. Go through here. This brings me back up. And there's a skeleton. I still don't know how my shield didn't block that. I'm upset. And I see that's the chest I got before, so I'm like, okay. Also, shout out to my axe for never breaking. Actual MVP. I like breaking those just to see if there's any hidden parts, but there wasn't this time. And this just, again, this stronghold is so bad. And luckily I went the right way here. Not here, but I go over here, iron door, staircase, and there it is. Very, very obscure place. This is not happy, but it's a 2i, so I can actually play the game. So let's talk about this. So let's talk about my end fight now. So for people who don't know, there's a new way to fight the dragon that people have been using, or have been trying to use, which is if you get a really good run and you're in the end, you pillar up on the closest pillar to you, and then you pillar up, or you like move your way up with water, and then you pillar up with more blocks at the top, and that makes the dragon perch faster because you're farther away from the bedrock portal. I decided not to do that because for two reasons. One, I spawned so far away originally, and the second reason was I had to craft my bed, so I didn't want to waste time doing that in the air and then having him perch and then me missing it. So I was like, I was already really far away. I'm still pretty far away. I'm just gonna stand here. I have a pearl. I can throw it in. And honestly, thank God I didn't, because I don't think this run would have finished, because he perches insanely fast, not like time-wise, but reaction-wise. You'll see what I mean. I thought I'd look at an Enderman. Thank God I didn't. Again, oh my God, that would have been so bad. And that's very unlike me as well. So you'll see here. You'll see what I'm talking about. So he goes to do his little perch dance over here. He has not spun around at all. He comes in, he spins like half a time, and then immediately goes for perch. I'm like, what the hell is that? I thought I had so much more time. I like choked this ender pearl. I missed the throw by so much, and I just barely eke in my bed, and it was such a bad bed too. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to like start my cycle, because it was atrocious. This should have been a 6 bed too, but I really whiffed the 6th bed, and I got it in 7 thankfully, and that's the run. That is the run. So I hope you all enjoyed. Very anxiety inducing. I'm very happy. I'm a little upset it's not top 10, but we'll get there. I'm very happy that I have a much more respectable sub 25 time. I feel like 23 is and under are like the elite area now, so I'm very happy with a 23. And yeah, that's it. I'm just showing the cool stuff now that I have to show for review. And again, thank you all for watching. See y'all again soon. Peace out.